We'll walk through the steps for completing the Exhibitor Online Fillable Contract. Visit the website www.northwestmarket.org, and when you get on the site, you're going to click on Exhibit. On the Exhibit page, it gives you the detailed explanation of exhibiting with the show. And then if you scroll down, or you can click here to get started, it'll take you down to the form on the lower part of the page. And you start by filling in all of the spaces in the form, go from the top to bottom, and please make sure that your caps lock button is off before beginning to fill in the form. Enter your data using upper and lowercase. So I'm just going to fill in my information. Exhibitor name is the person's name that will be showing. The company name for the badge would be the exhibitor's company name, and my company name is Fashion Fix. Address, just type in your address. Make sure you abbreviate your state. Office phone number, and when you're entering your office phone number, you just enter the numbers. You don't need to do any punctuation, and it'll just automatically populate. Same thing with the fax number, email address, and again, all of the numbers, you just type the numbers in and it'll automatically populate. Exhibitor website address of the person exhibiting. So you can click in the middle and just enter your web address, or if you don't have one, you can just leave that blank. Anything that has a red star beside it is going to be a required field. Anything without the red star is not a required field. So you just leave it blank. Category, what is your primary category? So you would click in this area, and then it'll bring up a drop-down menu, and so you can choose shoes, apparel, children, lingerie, accessories, or swimwear. So as children, then when you change it, it changes what shows there. I'm going to be apparel, and for the first line, that is going to be a required field because you've got to have at least one line that you represent. And so I'm going to name my first line Great Dresses. And then you choose the category, and you can choose as many categories that apply to that particular line. And so mine is going to be women's apparel. It's also plus size, and that is going to be all of my categories for that line. If I had another line, then I would enter that line name here. Pretty Pants Plus. And then the categories that apply for that line could be, could say it was men's apparel and women's apparel, then I would click both of those boxes and plus size. But I only have 2 lines, and so I don't need to put anything in the third line or any of these other spaces. I can just scroll past here to get down to the next section of market specials. So this is, specials such as dating, discounts, free shipping, anything that you're offering that is a direct incentive for buyers. So if you are offering specials, you would click in that space and say free shipping for orders left at the show. Then if you have multiple specials, you would click in the next box and add the special for the next one. Let me just say this special was for, what was it, Pretty Pants? Pretty Pants Plus. Yeah, so I don't have any other specials, so I'm just going to leave that. This is just a summary, just as an FYI, of the show schedule. So if you're Friday, March 1st is setup day for booths. It's from 12 to 8. The check-in for suites is from 3 to 8. Saturday, March 2nd. So you just read through that. Show fee. The show fee is $195, so that's going to be automatically populated for you. For the first show of the year, no one's paid their dues, and so the annual dues is going to be $80. It's automatically checked that you need to pay them. After the first show, you'll have another option there that says my annual dues are already paid, and so you would click that box. Did you exhibit in a ballroom or lobby at the last show? If you didn't, you keep the box checked as no. If you did, then you check the box yes, and the information below it changes to this. Ballroom and lobby spaces can only be purchased by exhibitors that have had booths in the past. If you have not been provided a booth code and believe this is an error, contact the NMA office by calling Linda Brown or emailing Linda. Booth codes are case sensitive. Please enter the code exactly as it was provided to you. If you have not been provided a booth code by NMA, please proceed with completing the suite application below. So if you do have a booth code, you would enter your booth code here, and the information below would change for booth exhibitors. I don't have a booth code, and so I'm going to say, no, I did not exhibit in the last show. So then it tells me you are showing in a hotel suite. Do not make reservations with the hotel. NMA makes all suite exhibitor reservations, including early arrivals and extended stays. So as a suite exhibitor, I understand NMA will reserve my hotel room for me upon arrival to the show. I will pay the hotel directly for my room. This is a required field, and so you check the box saying suite exhibitor, I understand. What day will you check into the hotel? The normal check-in day is Friday, March 1st. If you want to check in early, you would change to the box that says Thursday, February 28th or Wednesday, February 27th. We're going to check in on the regular day, so I'm going to leave that the same. What day will you check out of the hotel? Suite exhibitors are normally 3-day exhibitors, and so you would check, note, 3-day exhibitors stay and pay for 4 nights, and so that would be the day. If you want to stay for an extra day, then you would choose Tuesday, March 5th. I will be sharing my room with. Enter person's full name. So if I had somebody that might check in that I was sharing the room with and they may be there before me, then I would add their name there. Exhibitor sign. All exhibitors must use Northwest Market Association signs. These are the only signs authorized by the association and the hotel for use at the show. So make sure that you've got your sign or you get one if you don't have one. Do you have a Northwest Market Association exhibitor sign? Yes, I'm all set, or I need a new sign. And then if you do need a new sign, then you see these additional questions show up. How many new signs do you need? Well, I just need one. So then it's going to automatically populate the price there for you of $35 and ask you to enter line names for the new sign. Enter up to 10 line names separated by a comma. So my lines were, I forgot what they are. My lines were great dresses and pretty pants plus. So I'm going to scroll back down and just type the lines here. Okay, additional add-ons, optional add-ons. Please order any optional add-ons that you may need. So this includes tables, clamp-on lights, 4-foot risers, mannequins, rolling racks, triangular grid, any of these items. So if you need 6-foot tables, they're $30 each and not available on site, so you want to make sure that you put however many you need there. Clamp-on lights, say we need 2 clamp-on lights. So you're basically just picking however many of these items that you need from the drop-down menu, and if you don't need anything, you just don't click it, leave it at 0. I'm also going to do some hot items displays. And that's it. So contract agreement. Exhibitor acknowledges by his or her submission of this agreement that he or she has read and understands the attached rules and regulations. You can click on the rules and regulations here. Read through it. Just double check, make sure that everything that you wanted in your application is there. And then click application guidelines. I agree. You can read the summary here too, just to double check, make sure everything's right, make sure your total's right. And then you're going to click complete contract. Say I wasn't ready to go ahead and pay, then you can click save for later. And it'll bring up this information. The data you filled in the form has been saved. When you want to continue filling in the form, access the link below. Make sure you save it somewhere easy to retrieve. So this is your specific link with all the specific information that you've put into the form. So you're going to want to select it, highlight it, and do copy and paste it. So you're going to copy it. On a Mac, that's Control-C. On a PC, I think it's Command-C or some Option-C or Control-C. And then paste that somewhere that you remember. So I'm just going to close or open a new tab and close that window so you can see what it looks like. So say I've gone off and now I'm ready to go back into my contract and finish paying for it. Open a new window browser. Paste that link that it created for you into the browser and click enter. And it's going to bring up your form with the information that you've put into it so that you don't have to retype all of that information again. Scroll down to the bottom and do complete contract. And it's going to bring up a summary page that's just confirming, yes, this is what you wish to purchase, your total. Click purchase. And then you're going to get a checkout page. On the checkout page, your email address is the only thing that carries in from that original contract. This is not changeable, so make sure you don't edit the email address here. And you're going to want to put in your billing information. After you've put in your complete billing information, you put in the name, your name as it is on your credit card. Type in your credit card information. The expiration date, the CVV, which is that 3-digit code on Visa, MasterCard, and Discover, and the 4-digit code on American Express. Put in your zip code and click place order. And that is how you complete the online exhibitor contract.